Also, a woman with cerebral palsy rescued from her van moments before it burst into flames. Corin Hoggard spoke with her today and her caretaker. We're going to have that story in just a few minutes.
Also, the Trump administration is freezing nearly $200 million in Medicaid payments to Minnesota over fraud concerns.
Also tonight, the FDA is still focused on Taylor Farms as it investigates the cyclospora outbreak. We'll have a live report on the status of the investigation. Ooh. That is a bonus. All right. We're all going walking later, okay? That's right. Thank you, Ian.
That's one.
Well, a fire destroyed the van that a disabled Bloomington woman relied on for all of her transportation. Nobody was hurt, but it was a close call.
And Fox 9's Corin Hoggard went to visit her today, and he is live in Bloomington tonight. So, Corin, you have some video of this fire. What do we know about how it started?
Well, Simone and Kelsey, it started right here, and you can kind of still see the earmarks of the fire, some ashes of what's left of the van. There's also some damage up here on this tree, and the video shows us that the fire started in the engine block, and then within minutes it had basically worked its way through the entire van. You can see how really bad it got, but if we rewind a little bit, we can get back to the start. AJ and Jacob Ambrose had just come home after electrical problems made them abandon plans for a family visit. Now, they have had some occasional problems with the lights and the horns before, and this time it just sparked something. The video shows Jacob pretty calmly getting out, assessing the situation, and then getting AJ out. She has cerebral palsy, and he's her caretaker and boyfriend, and they say she was starting to panic from seeing the smoke, but he kept level-headed.
All right, I'm gonna go get some water.
So I tried to stay calm. Obviously, it was very stressful and scary. However, yeah, I'm glad we had enough time.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'm still kind of taking in that video of how intense the fire was, Corin. The fire clearly left almost nothing behind. The van's gone, so tell us about how important that van was for AJ.
Yeah, so she does have cerebral palsy. She's lived with it for most of her 29 years, and she needed it to get around. It was actually a gift from a camp that she goes to every year for folks who use wheelchairs to get around, and so it was adapted so that she could get in and out pretty easily. But, you know, for this couple, that van was more than just kind of her key to mobility.
That van was really special for her, you know. Our first date was in the van, and so she was pretty sad about it getting wrecked.
Yeah, but thank goodness they're okay. So, Corin, where does that leave them now?
Yeah, so AJ basically has to pick her, actually, she gets picked up by Jacob whenever they need to go anywhere. So he picks her up, puts her into a Jeep. They've actually left just a little while ago, and we saw this happen, but that's pretty difficult, and they are hopefully getting some help with that here pretty soon. Bloomington police, or firefighters actually, came out here and they doused the flames that day. They said that this was an accidental fire. That van, though, not salvageable. Couple says they really only had minimal insurance, and so they're not going to get any kind of payout. And Jacob managed to pull a ramp out of the fire, but a lot of AJ's medical supplies were burned in there, so that's an expense. And getting the van towed away was another expense. But they are getting donations on a GoFundMe page that are helping them catch up with some of those bills. And if they do manage to get a new van, then her disability coverage will help them adapt that so that it is wheelchair accessible. And so they are hoping that this GoFundMe page raises enough money for them to get a new van and to get her back on the road without him having to, you know, lift her in and out every time.
Yeah, taking hit after hit, so hopefully they are able to get some help.
Yeah, thankfully they were both able to get out of there with just enough time before anything happened. And all right, thanks, Corin, for that update tonight.
Now to the latest on the wildfires burning